Secure 65 health plans.
Everybody's
where
important,
seniors thrive.
but nobody's indispensable.
Darryl Matthews is about to speak. Turn on Secure 65 health plans.
I don't need any more pontification. What I need are action plans and people willing to roll up their sleeves and let's get this thing moving.
All right, ladies, it's time to hear from Darryl Matthews. Turn on Secure 65 health plans.
I am not here to criticize anybody's lifestyle, but I am here to criticize your choices.
Darryl Matthews returns with insights you won't find anywhere else. Only here at Secure 65 Health Plans. Don't
Secure
miss it.
65 health plans where senior thrive. Secure 65 health plans where seniors thrive.
Welcome back to our Secure 65 Health Plans special series, Empowering Minority Communities. I'm your host, Monet Swan, and today we're diving into part 3 of this powerful conversation with Mr. Darryl Matthews. Now, this episode is entitled Culture, Cash, Consequences, and the Cost of Staying the Same. Together, we'll unpack how our cultural perspectives on money can shape our opportunities, our risks, and our ability to build lasting wealth. So join me as we continue this ongoing dialogue with insight, truth, and actionable takeaways right here on Secure 65 Health Plans, where seniors thrive. Okay, Darryl, where does this thinking come from when we talk about spending money? Are we mimicking the more affluent and foregoing our own responsibilities so we can just party? Most young people are saying that you don't want them to have any fun.
It goes back to finance. I'm not even thinking about the athletes and the entertainers because that's another thing I want us to get away from. Their money is their money.
Yes.
Don't count somebody else's money. Never count another person's money. Deal with what you have to deal with. And a lot of us don't understand that for the $25 a month, I'm talking to some people who drink that much on happy hour. Couple of drinks and you're at $25. Couple of shots, and if you're drinking Macallan or anything else, that's one shot. So, but I'm not telling you not to enjoy life. I'm telling you to focus and put first things first. That has been my whole mission. And people would be shocked if they just assume that certain people have certain mentalities, and they don't. They're not thinking. There's some that are frustrated because they feel like they're just spitting in the wind. But can we walk away from this place and say, we need a strategic plan? I would tell anybody in a minute, if I had to do all over again, a lot of the money that I spent trying to impress other people who didn't know or care about me, trying to dress so I could be the BMOC, the big man on campus.
Dan and Dapper.
If I had that money working for me now, I could afford to do all those things now with just the interest that I was collecting on my, return on my investment. So.
It's the financial literacy. Again, part of it's the culture, part of it's ignorance. And when I say ignorance, they just don't know. Life insurance now is not our parents' life insurance where you used it when you die. It is a financial vehicle. It is infinite banking. It is continuing to get more money built up over time that you don't have to pay taxes on. It's not tax deferred. Understanding how the 401k came into existence. It did not come into existence for you, employee. Matching that. We could go on and on and on because people don't understand there are ways to build up your own bank. There's ways for you to build up security for yourself and your family. Hold on, Darryl. This is the perfect time for me to break the conversation and tell our audience what we do at Vivix Wealth and Insurance Solutions.
Planning ahead for long-term care gives us security.
And with Vivix, we know we'll be taken care of.
With Vivix, we finally have peace of mind.
And that's something you can't put a price on.
Vivix made it easy.
We trust them with our Medicare.
Hey, do you need health coverage, but you don't know where to start? Did you just lose your employment or your health coverage? Do you have cash left over every month after you've paid all of your bills? Or insurance that we can look at to see if we can save you a little money? We just saved a client over $1,600 a month and covered her children and her children's children. Get protection and peace of mind with Vivix Wealth and Insurance Solutions in partnership with Collaborative Expansion Foundation, a 501c3. Medicare costs are rising. Medicaid is cutting back. Without the right coverage, you could be on the line for thousands of dollars just for one incident. But we've got you covered, whether you're 18 or you're 85. We've got copay protection plans that can assist you with your medical copayments, your deductibles, and your coinsurance. We also have accident plans with accidental death, travel and lodging, return of premium, and kids' college benefits. We have disability income to protect your paycheck if you can't work. Long-term care costs for premiums as low as $100 a month. Hospital and short-term care from $35 a month. Vision, hearing, and dental, where your dental implant coverage resets every year. 3 cleanings and between 30 to 50% off of your bill. There's also cancer, heart, and stroke cash benefits, which are paid directly to you. We also offer life insurance, annuities, Medicare, Medicaid, and retirement planning, and business coverage for entrepreneurs and gig workers, and we've never forgot about independent contractors. So while we're not a household name, it's because we don't charge you for advertising, but we're mighty and we have great integrity and great rates. We provide you with your own personal broker, personalized service, and everything under one roof. So protect your body, your paycheck, and your life for less than you think with us. Call us today and meet with one of our financial pros. Vivix Wealth and Insurance Solutions. Coverage that works as hard as you do.
Vivix Wealth and Insurance.
And now, back to the conversation with Darryl Matthews.
My generation of leaders taught me how to manage debt. They weren't talking to me as a youngster about what you need to invest. They were, you could go to Sears and Roebuck, if you remember that store, and you could get something on credit. My first thing I bought a stereo, and they gave me the credit to pay for it. And from there, because I had credit, I could get credit, but it was credit.
Yes.
It was my money paying other people, as opposed to me saving my money and saying, okay, I've got this asset. Now I can go to the credit union and get a car at a very low rate of return of interest because it's collateralized. And after I pay for the car, I still got that amount of money in the bank. And now I have the car. Part of what I think when I hear financial literacy, that term, that goes above the heads of some of the people that we need to be impacting. I was looking at some tools that some other organizations, Operation Hope, share. There is an old term, all my immediate family, my mother's people, my father's people, from a little town in Oklahoma. So they were more rural. They have a term called putting the hay down where the goats can get at it. We've got to reach the people where they are. We talk about Bitcoin and we talk about wallets and we talk about all these things, but we haven't really reached down. And I'm talking about getting the children to understand not just the piggy bank mentality, but let's build, there are some high schools, not many, that have their own bank in the school and teach kids how to save. The number of grown people, we don't write checks anymore, but didn't know how to record checks and reconcile their checking statements monthly.
Yeah.
What we've got to hit people, we've got to use some new terminology. This is my thinking. Hit them in a place. I mentioned Operation Push. There's some people, not Push, Hope. There's some people involved over there that have a bunch of books they're trying to sell. You can go on the internet and see any number of people trying to sell these books, but they're kind of highbrow. Can we put the hay down to where the goats can get at it? And you're going to do a grassroots revolution. We have to start the grassroots. We have to start with the people who are spending their money that they should be holding on to a little bit for not just a rainy day, but for their families, for themselves. That after you saved your money and it's working for you, when your money is generating money while you're sleeping, that should be the goal. Then you can spend that money. The rich put their money in overnight swaps. Their money, as minute it hits the bank, and I'm talking about receipts for their businesses, their income. We've got to have more families and young people with their own LLCs or their own business corporations and help them understand things that they can do through those corporations. Right now, the goal for them is, well, I got my LLC. And then when next year rolls around and you've got to file that report and pay your annual corporate tax, that's usually the end of it.
Yep.
We've got to talk about what comes next. And a lot of us, me included, are learning new things, new tricks. They've been out there, but nobody else was talking to us about them, or if they were, we weren't trying to hear it. But we sure want to know what the latest
songs, shoes, dress, apparel, whatever you want to call it. Who's wearing it? Who's dating it? We want to hear that.
Where's my bag? I got to get my bag, and we're empowering and making richer people who are not putting back into us. But that has to be the revolution that we create. And some of it is going to be ugly and it's going to be brutal, but we got to be prepared to fight that as well. We've got, somebody's always sending me some Instagram video of somebody saying something profound, but there's nowhere at the end where they say, but here's what we're going to do about it, or here's what we should do, or here's what you can do. It's always, except don't send me something that I can do something by sending you a donation. They send me a survey. We just want to know, we're not asking for money. We just want to know what you think.
That is money. That is money.
Not only that, after I get through filling it out, then there's the request for, if you'd like to make a donation. So you're really you're disingenuous. But let's have that think tank. Let's have a fundable project where we come back with what we can do for ourselves.
Darryl, let me stop you there. Everybody listening to this conversation, if this is something that you have been looking for, you just haven't heard it, you haven't seen people that are actually wanting to see this happen, comment down below, because we are going to create a think tank. And Bivix Wealth and Insurance Solutions, we are going to break down those terms that might be a little over your head, but maybe you're afraid to say anything, so that we can help you build. And as you build, we build together. Even if it's one at a time, that's better than no one at all. So I want you to really pay attention to this. If you want to send anything specifically to me, send it to info@mybivx, that's BIVX. It'll be in the description box below. And say, I'm in. I want to be part of the think tank. I'm a senior and I think I still have some good ideas to give. Or I want to be the bridge because what Darryl is saying is true. But for some reason, we all still have a dream. Well, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up, and it's time for you to get yourself into the game. Darryl?
No, if you're still talking about the dream, that means you're still asleep.
Yeah.
We keep talking about the dream, but you're absolutely right. You're on point. We've got to take action steps. Now, I was at the National Association of Black Accountants. I'm not an accountant, but I am a manager. I am a visionary, and I see big picture. And I'm also a self-promoter, a shameless self-promoter, because I don't need other people. I don't need to wait for you to tell me that I'm doing good work. I'm going to do good work. But when I hear the term financial literacy, I assume when you say we need to make people be financially literate, I'm assuming you're telling me that I'm illiterate.
Well, some of the decisions, if there's no economic empowerment, then maybe that's accurate.
It is accurate, but don't insult me when you're trying to reach me. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I'm not trying to insult anybody.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying in general. One of the reasons why the middle class and the lower class and the upper classes can't get together is because we don't have common language. We don't have a common purpose. And we've got to have a common purpose now because America has promised that it's never delivered on. We want to believe that it used to be great. It may have been great for some in one aspect, but not for all. You've got to be ready. My grandmother used to say, when you get that job or that opportunity, you got to be ready. A lot of us are not ready, but we can get ready.
Yes.
And we can get ready by making sure that we're sending our money. We don't need to support a minister who's got a 40,000 member church. If he can't buy his own Gulfstream, we don't need to do that. Matter of fact, we don't need to support a minister's lifestyle who's got a mansion with 17 cars. Let's make smart decisions with our money. We don't need to support anybody that's not supporting us.
Yes.
Jesus didn't have a Gulfstream, and he's delivered a message that's been around for a couple of thousand years for those who believe. For the others who believe, the Prophet Muhammad, he has delivered a message that has been around just as long. We've got to change our focus. Really, folks, we got to change our focus and only spend our money. And I'm surprised that we haven't done this before now. We've got to figure out how to get a nickel out of every bar of soap we use. We've got to figure out how to get a return on every product or commodity that's sold in our community. And if it's not, then we've got to come up with our own. And I mean, we really have to manage it well, but come up with our own. It can be done. It's been done before. And to say, well, we've tried that and it didn't work. Those are the famous last words of every loser I've ever met. We tried that and it didn't work. Or we've done that. We'll do something different, but do something. Do something. So, but now is our time. Every time is our time.
And I have a question about that because there seems generationally to be an issue with our parents saying you get a job to work. And the new guys coming up, Gen Zs, they're saying you get a job that's purposeful, that has a mission, that's going to make you want to do it for the rest of your life. How do you bridge those two very different mindsets? Because I have friends who they don't get along with their children because their children say, I've got to have something that I like to do. And then the older generation said, we got it because we got money. Then we were able to do something. Being the bridge for that, I think, is important because the younger generation needs to know, yes, we want you to be happy, but you do need to have some money so that you can take care of everything. And at the same time, our generation maybe shouldn't put so much emphasis on strictly the money and not being happy, which leads to a lot of mental illness where people are doing things for years that they didn't like to do.
So I support, I have 3 sons. Okay. Not one of them is a member of my fraternity because I've never made that, and I've heard people say, oh, my daughter better be an AKA, or they better be a Delta. I don't have those issues with my children. I want them to live their life. And whether they live it well or they fall down, that's their life. I can provide as much support as I can, but I'm not going to be a crutch. The goal should be to have your own business. The goal should be to make your own money.
Thank you for joining us for another powerful conversation with Darryl Matthews on empowering minority communities. We've tackled it all, from athletes spending fortunes in the wrong places, to the dangers of tithing to the wrong church, to preparing for the future and owning the responsibilities of what's required to succeed. But next week we'll take it up a notch. We're going deep into mentorship in the fraternities, at McDonald's, in his own family, and we're walking straight down memory lane. So buckle up, because this ride will be raw, real, and unapologetically honest. Darryl's holding nothing back as he reveals what he's lived through, what we must do to lift up each other in our communities, our workplaces, and the blueprint for not just surviving, but thriving in today's world. You won't want to miss this. I'm Monet Swan. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week on Empowering Minority Communities with Darryl R. Matthews. Stay informed, stay healthy, and as always, stay golden. This poem is for my builders who are willing to carry the message of discernment, responsibility, legacy, and community. Rise, a poem for the builders. This wealth isn't for flexing. It's for building bridges that last beyond us, not just for comfort, but for calling, not just for lifestyle, but for legacy. We are here to plant seeds that grow into movements, to fund voices that carry truth, to create safety, healing, and breakthrough. This is not the season to stunt. It is the season to build. Your rise will shake the unhealed. It will unsettle those who thought they'd be always ahead. They'll call it luck. They'll downplay your grind. They'll ask, why you? Let them, because what they call luck, heaven calls legacy. But listen, wealth doesn't just come with open doors. It comes with traps. Deals that look divine but are stitched in darkness. Not every handshake is holy. Not every opportunity is ordained. Protect your mission. Pray before you sign. Wealth with bondage is not a blessing. It's a chain. You are not here to outshine. You are here to outgive, to turn resources into revival, to rebuild what's broken, to answer prayers whispered by those who can't pay you back. This is kingdom wealth, and it comes with kingdom responsibility. You are not just becoming rich, you are becoming resourceful. Solutions flow through you. Ideas are born through you. Impact radiates from you. You are not the end point. You are the pipeline, the vessel, the breaker of cycles, the answer someone has been praying for. And when the wealth hits, not if, but when, walk in it boldly, not to flex, but to fund, not to flaunt, but to free, not to fit in, but to redirect history, because the world has enough rich people. What's missing is you. So to the boomers, the Gen X, the Gen Z, this is our bridge, built in love, strengthened by respect, secured with support, lit with honesty and care. If you feel this is for you, take it in, let it resonate, and move forward. Rise. Don't let anyone take from you what God put in you. Know your circle. Master your discernment. Build together so generations after us can run farther than we ever dreamed. This is Secure 65 Health Plans, where seniors thrive. And I'm Monet Swan, here to bring communities together through people, wisdom, and love. With Mr. Darryl Matthews. So stay informed, stay consistent, and answer your call to thrive today with us. Love you guys.
Millions of seniors are being forgotten. Medicaid can't cover their needs.
Millions of seniors are being forgotten. Medicaid can't cover their needs.
Billions of seniors are being forgotten. Medicaid can't cover their needs. Please donate to Collaborative Expansion Foundation. We need you.
CF, bringing people to truth through love and knowledge.
Collaborative Expansion Foundation, bringing people to truth through love and knowledge. We are a nonprofit organization. At Collaborative Expansion Foundation, we empower seniors by addressing their critical needs and fostering trusted relationships. We combat loneliness, financial insecurity, and access issues through education, community engagement, and support. Guided by our motto, no senior should enroll in Medicare with a stranger, we strive to ensure all seniors receive the care they deserve. Together, we create a caring, inclusive community.
Please donate to Collaborative Expansion Foundation. We can't wait.
Secure 65 class plans. We're singing live. Secure 65 health plans where seniors thrive. Secure 65 health plans where seniors thrive. Secure 65 health plans where senior thrive. Secure 65 health plans where seniors thrive. Secure 65 health plans where seniors thrive.
Vivex Wealth Insurance Solutions.